In the view of rising number of suicides in IIT campus, we are being joined by IIT Kanpur Director Professor Manendra Garwal to talk on the steps taken by the institution to create a better health environment, mental health environment for the students. Sir, thank you for speaking to India today. Almost 5 such cases in last 18 months. It's a matter of concern. What are the steps that have been taken by the organizations to make sure no such incidents happens in the future?
Yeah, this is a matter of great concern for all of us here on the campus. And ever since I have taken charge as director of the institute 10 months ago, I have initiated a process as to what we need to do to cater for the requirements specifically of postgraduate students. Our postgraduate population today has roughly same size as the undergraduate population, and their needs are very different. So after a lot of discussion in the Institute Advisory Committee, and there was this proposal to set up a Center for Mental Wellness. This is going to be implemented shortly. Here the idea is that we will have 2 tracks. One track is the non-clinical track, where a lot of student volunteers and faculty volunteers will be there to help any student who is in difficulty or any kind of need, so that mental stress doesn't rise. And the second would be clinical track, where a student who is requires help at the level of clinical side. We will have 9 counsellors which are already in place, and then a professional psychiatrist leading them. And the hope is that with this full setup of the clinical track side, the non-clinical track we already have functioning very well, we bring this full-time psychiatrist doctor who can then lead any clinical challenge that exists with the help of the counsellors.
Sir, talking particularly about the case of Ankit Yadav, that has been the recent case, there have been allegations against the professor itself. Also, there have been allegations from the side of the family that there were CCTV cameras with voice recordings that breached the privacy. Several such allegations. What are the action that have been taken in that case?
So almost immediately what I did was, because when a lot of rumors start circulating, so the best way is to have a independent committee to look at it. And I created a committee with 2 external members and 1 internal member to just ensure that necessary meetings and paperwork is taken care of. And this committee also co-opted 2 student members, so that there is a complete transparency about the processes, and any concern that whether from the student side or anywhere else are properly taken care of. This committee has now met everyone who was involved or connected with this whole incident, including the father of the student. Now it is arriving at its conclusions and writing the report. I am waiting for the report to land on my desk. Then we can see and understand what really transpired, what steps we need to take to ensure that it doesn't happen again.
So several organizations, including All India Research Students Organizations, and in fact students from your campus also, raised certain demands that a mental wellness center should be made in IIT campus. Also, several allegations were made and demanding that the lab should be sealed. What has been done on that part? Is the family satisfied and the students satisfied from the side of the IIT campus?
So that is for the students and family to say if they are satisfied. The mental wellness center I already spoke about. We are in the process of setting it up already. Regarding the number of demands about sealing the lab and certain other immediate steps that needed to be taken, we have taken some of them. The lab has been closed. Specifically, the students currently working in their lab have been instructed not to go there. Of course, it's clear that they are suffering certain losses also, but what I expect is that after the report comes in, we can reopen things. And in times such as this, there is an obvious and very understandable unhappiness among students, and realizing this, the same night I invited all the students who wish to come to my residence. We had a long discussion what needs to be done, and taking also their suggestion, because they suggested that we should have some student members in the investigating body. So those also have been factored in, and we're moving forward.
So one very last question, since you spoke to a lot of students, what do you think as a mentor of this privileged organization, what is the reason for the students that they are coming to that point, taking this major step? What is the mentality that you have got to know to stop in future, to prevent such acts to happen?
See, the levels of stress in society as a whole is increasing. It is not just a matter of in campus or outside campus. Everywhere you see, people are getting more and more stressed. And particularly in young people, which is what the student body is, there are stress lead from academic side. There are stresses from personal relationship side. There are stress from about their future as to about how their careers will pan out. So all of these have a bearing on some of these very unfortunate incidents that we have seen. Each individual case is different. We have been creating investigating committee for each incident, and we have reports available with us for them. It was not appropriate for me to go into specific details, but I just want to say that these different types of and kinds of stresses need to be addressed in an appropriate way. Particularly the academic side, we need to ensure that while there is pressure, in an institution like IIT Kanpur, there will obviously be academic pressure, but this pressure should not exceed a threshold and which makes students mentally disturbed. Then regarding relationships, this is a very different kind of challenge, and with the help of counsellors and the psychiatrist, which we'll hopefully have soon on campus, I expect that several of these issues will also get properly addressed. Another thing that such students who are in extreme stress need is a helpline, which is always available, where the fear of losing anonymity is not there. The fully anonymous helpline. There are some professional bodies offering such a helpline, and we are exploring possibility of creating one. Once this center comes up, we will set that up also.
So thank you for speaking extensively on this very particular issue. This was IIT Kanpur Director Professor Manendra Garwal, who says investigation is on and certain such helplines and mental wellness centers are being made in the future in the campus itself, so that no such incident is repeated. With video journalist Shubham Shukla, this is Simar Chawla in Kanpur for India Today.